Last time on Dice Funk.
The one that they know as Lonigan. He very promptly lets Erlen have it right in the back, in the kidneys. Your unwillingness to explore these powers are a great downfall, Erlen. And you hear at one point in time Tamsin yell, "Don't you know, Emma? It's the crane that killed father." Tamsin takes one final strike to the stomach, and falls off the edge. I am Phyro, Akamorian Lady the Younger, and General of the Akamorian Conquest Expansion. Welcome to my kingdom.
Yeah, Emma, Ulick, and Silas are unaccounted for.
Okay.
And you have no idea what's happened to Lonigan.
I am Rinaldo, but I am from Akamoros. Basically, I'm not allowed there anymore.
I'm gonna talk to Erlen. You guys go unlock all the other doors and talk to these guys and tell them that we need help.
You hear the buzzing, don't you? The rumbling?
Does this have something to do with Gorfanax?
So, like, a god?
Not yet. You are quite confident that he's been poisoned. I haven't been making deals with it, you understand. I have been trying to kill it for 600 years. And now, it's coming back.
Alright, so last we left off, Erlen was mid-explanation of his relationship to Gorfanax. We're going to finish that conversation, break out of the sanitarium, and then I guess try to find an herbalist or apothecary or something to heal this dude.
Sorry, Audacity is picking up a strange...
Yeah, a strange?
Okay, now it's gone. That's weird.
Maybe you have a poltergeist.
Yep.
I have no idea, but it was picking up some weird interference at the beginning of the call there.
A podgergeist.
You stop right now.
Shut up, Austin.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, he'd been trying to kill it for a while. That's what's going on. How are you guys?
I'm fine.
A podgergeist. Did you guys get it?
No, I got it, Austin.
Shut up, Austin!
Hey, Johnny, help me out here. How do I spell Erlen?
Erlen is canonically spelt E-A-R-L-I-N.
E-A-R, okay.
We need a spelling guide for everyone. I don't know how to spell Ulick. I don't know how to spell fucking... what the hell's the other person's name? There's another one that always threw me off. The only one I know is Phiro.
I bet you Fidrick threw you off.
Phiro is P-H-I-R-O.
Which, editing the last time I Dice Funk thing, he definitely said Phiro. But I definitely Phiro forever now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Like the Pokemon?
Yep. Welcome back to this joke. Last time on this joke.
Oh, God.
Right.
I missed you guys.
Okay, suddenly the gods intervene, and everybody is named, Squirtle.
Oh, fuck. Can I be Jigglypuff?
Nope, Squirtle.
Can I be War Turtle, please?
Squirtle.
God!
Hey, guys, you know what that makes us? Squirtle Squad.
I just imagine that one gif of the Squirtle with the sunglasses coming down.
We're the Squirtle Squad. I'm going to use that as the title image. Sorry, everyone's beautiful fan art. It's Squirtle Squad. Okay. Erlen was explaining.
Squirtle.
Yes.
Stop.
What the hell are we doing here?
Rinaldo will kill everyone, okay? Unless we start.
Okay, so Squirtle's still lying on the ground.
Fuck.
I'm doing this, Austin.
You can't.
Fucking doing
Yes,
this.
you can! Yes, you can! Keep going!
Johnny, I love you. Please don't.
Johnny, I love you, please do!
I have to go soon. We literally have to start.
All right. So, anyways, Erlin's lying on the ground. He confesses that for the past 600 years, he's been trying to kill Gorfanax. And he's sort of just, at this point in time, you can see that his guard is down. He's ready to put all his cards on the table, and he looks up at you and says, "It's obviously a long story. What do you want to know?"
Cliff notes, basically.
Allana raises her hand and goes, "Who the fuck is Gorfanax?"
Oh, no, Rinaldo, we clued everyone in. She's completely up to date on everything now.
Yeah.
My questions are, how do we stop it?
What have you been doing to stop it?
Yeah. And did you send the zombies after us? Did you kill Jane? Did you kill Friedrich?
No, wait. I very explicitly said that I killed Jane. Like, Anne knows that.
But were you behind it? Like, was she an agent of yours?
He says, Jane did come to me, a while ago, or you're telling me she's dead now?
Oh, yeah.
Rinaldo goes, "Booyah, part 2.
Rinaldo isn't that sad about it. So he just kind of crosses his arms and says, "Oh, yeah."
You guys hated each other in character, like, the entire time. It's funny because I was always interpreting that as, like, friendly ribbing, but, like...
No.
No, we legitimately hated each other.
It was bad, and then I won.
With hindsight, it looks like foreshadowing, but it was totally like no one knew it was going to happen.
Right.
Sorry, Erlen was saying?
So Ronaldo's like, "Oh yeah, she's dead." Erlen makes a disappointed face and says, "That's a shame. She was the only one who had a lead on the Fang, apart from, I guess, now you two."
Oh, is that the knife?
Yes, the knife.
Yeah, we had it. I think we had it, but then one of us lost it, and then Ronaldo sort of, like, tilts his head towards Anne.
I left it in a church, and then the stone rotten burned it down, and when I went back in, it was gone. So I don't know where it is.
Erlen says, "Lonigan informed me that you lifted the knife when attempting to save Ulick from the school."
Yeah, I led a secret party into it. I found a secret passage. It was great.
In any case, to answer your other questions, I don't know how to kill it. I don't. But something that you need to understand about Gorfanax is that it's not imprisoned in a very conventional way. He taps on the stone around the cell, like on the wall, which from the shade of it, you guys can tell was probably mined out from the quarry. And he says, "There's a little bit of him here." He taps on the stone floor. "A little bit of it here. We're mostly surrounded by it."
So he's in the evil rocks, and when they get bloody, it makes him more powerful, and that's that sound?
He's not so much in the rocks as he is the rocks.
Oh, that's creepy.
Ew.
The blood is incidental. Gorfanax doesn't drink blood, doesn't eat meat, doesn't eat souls. It doesn't really live on anything you might consider to be material. It eats potential. It eats futures.
So grad school. It's grad school.
You know, there is somebody here who is in grad school, right?
Yeah.
You can back that up then, right?
Yes, I can totally back that up.
Alright. Go on.
He's like, "How can I explain this? If you have a long life of prosperity ahead of you, if you were to become the leader of an order, the lord of a kingdom, the chief of a tribe, a great champion, and Gorfanax were to get a hold of you..."
He would take all that potential.
He takes it all. He lives off it.
Is that why Ulick was imprisoned?
Yeah. Ulick isn't really my son, per se, but he is my heir. It would be much better for you to think of him as a construct.
Is he your clone baby? Because that's what I was thinking.
I mean, out of character here, it's not necessarily far off from that.
Yeah.
I said this last week, but the spell clone does exist in D&D, so
Yeah, okay, alright. So I guess we can technically use the word clone. So he says he's not just a clone. He's more than that. He has some of my essence contained within him, and I've named him my heir. So
he's your Horcrux?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm gonna interject here, and I'm gonna say, so how have you stayed alive all this time to contain him?
Oh shit, no. Phylactery is the D&D word for Horcrux. Sorry.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh my god.
What the hell is a Horcrux?
It's the Harry Potter word for phylactery.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love how he didn't actually define it. He just literally said, "This is the other word."
I didn't know where it was from, so informing me that it was from Harry Potter, I'm like, oh, okay, it's a Harry Potter phylactery.
I really thought you were in character.
Yeah. Alright, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So he says, I guess, so you're asking if Ulick is his phylactery?
Yeah.
No. He says that Ulick is, by all accounts, a free-willed individual. He has his own needs, his own desires, his own wants.
He's also a bit of a dick. Did he get that from you?
By the way, wait, Austin, when you say something as Anne, are you, like, how do I put this? Sometimes I don't know whether you're saying it as you or Anne.
He has a kind of tone of voice when he goes to Anne.
I know, but
Yeah. I try to delineate in character canon questions with Anne voice, and my normal speaking voice are for jokes and out of character questions.
fair enough.
It's good to establish that 29 hours in.
Jeez.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
That's fine. I'm just, there's a lot of information here,
Go ahead.
and I'm just trying to navigate my way around it. Okay, he says that, yeah, Ulick he's not a phylactery. He has his own wants, his own desires, his own needs. He exists as a completely independent entity of Erlen. In almost a very real sense, Erlen birthed him. But he does have within him some of Erlen's spiritual essence.
I'm looking forward to the Mpreg fanfic, thanks.
Yeah. Some of his
Gross.
energy.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Do you have command over, undead? Did you send zombies after us, or is that Allana again, or is that just the weirdest coincidence?
That wasn't me,
Okay.
he says.
Alright.
So maybe Allana again, maybe Gorfanax, something in the stone inherently that did that?
How long have you, how do you sustain yourself for 600 years?
He says, mostly magic, but I've always suspected that there's a little more to it than that. Gorfanax has a tendency to provide, somehow. Stoneroot wasn't originally even supposed to be a city. It was conceived of just as a military station, something to keep an eye on the region in case there was trouble, but for some reason it became the most prosperous settlement in the land, and very quickly we had refugees and other settlers looking to come and make their living, and pretty soon I found myself lord of the most richest town in the territory.
So he made the town prosperous so he can get a bunch of people here and then take their futures.
Possibly.
That's a solid theory.
I don't speak to it. I don't understand its motivations. I know surprisingly little about it.
You've only had 600 years to think about it. It's not.
So wait.
It's almost completely inscrutable to every single magic that I've ever conducted on it.
Okay, Rinaldo says this. All right, two things. Are you sure you don't know how to kill it? Like, you don't have any inkling of an idea?
As far as I know, no.
Okay, second question. Let's run. Not a question, more like declarative. But let's get out of here before Gorfanax shows up.
Well, you mean out of the sanitarium or out of Stone Root?
Oh, out! Like, gone.
We discussed this last episode. We can't leave Silas and Marshmallow and the...
We'll get them. We need to evacuate.
What about Lonigan?
He can teleport. Also, there'll be nothing left of Stone Root. It's on fire.
For the most part, yeah. Oh my god, Faith.
The most beloved character.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that an option? Erlen, can't we just evacuate the town and get out of here before Gorfanax shows up and eats our futures?
Wouldn't he, follow us?
I don't know. I don't know how.
I have a feeling that if this is a god, he's bigger than Stone Root. He's, several territories huge.
Okay, Erlen, is this an option or not?
When I first imprisoned Gorfanax, I thought to hopefully starve him out. That maybe he would just wither and die in the prison. But hunger only seems to make him stronger.
Well, that's not good.
How did you imprison him?
When we first came across him some 600 years ago, I was sent to investigate the region for a wealthy benefactor who was interested in settling. There was some concern over the stability of the region, so we decided to consult with the local natives. Simple people, very attuned to nature, but they had a very strange and difficult to comprehend religion.
You said that they're very in tune with nature. Were they druids?
You might call them druids.
They
were very wary of their provider, like a dog who's unsure of the motivations of their master. And as we discovered, they did conduct a certain amount of human sacrifice, presumably to Gorfanax. But they wouldn't choose just anybody, only the strongest and best of them. So, curious about this, I and some of my colleagues decided to investigate, and our investigations turned up that Gorfanax must have been some kind of underground dweller, which was unusual because every geological investigation found that the land in this region was grossly unstable, cavernous, and just unable to support almost any amount of life on or within it. And one day, when curiosity got the better of us, I decided to sneak and watch one of their sacrifices from afar. Something reached up out of the ground and took the dying man deep into the ground. Something horrific. And it was then, in panic, my company and I decided to try to kill it. Nearly every one of us died, except for me, and a few of the natives got away. But in desperation, I conjured up some of the most desperate manage I could find, and imprisoned Gorfanax in the rock. Since then, I've been doing the best I can to study it, try to figure out what it is, what it wants, how it might be killed, and for 600 years' worth of research, I've come up with surprisingly little. I've been attempting to systematically, physically deconstruct it under the guise of mining it out. Yep. The Mind Stone is actually the beast imprisoned. We have mined almost 500 years' worth of this beast, and it hasn't yet died.
That's a super cool story. So you said Jane came to you, right?
Yes.
What did she say? What happened? Explain the interaction.
We won't bother rehashing it, but he basically explains the events that everybody heard in the super secret special John and Jess episode.
All right, so Jane had a secret she was willing to kill to protect, and there was the secret order of Stone Root Druids that know more about Gorfanax. I don't know if this is okay, light bulb time. Let's break out of the sanitarium, get him some medicine, and then try to find Jane's family among the refugees. Because me and Jane are both from Stone Root. I know her, and I know her family, right?
You know her. She said very little about her family to you over the years.
How much? Like, can we...
Like, nothing.
Like 0.
Look.
Jane didn't even say the word family.
Yeah.
Like, ever. You never heard her say the word family in, like, a split second. She never even went, oh, that reminds me of my foot. Not even that.
What about any fellow druids? Like, does she have any druid friends?
Not that you know of.
This feels like a good place to both close the Jane loop and figure out a way to stop Gorfanax.
If only there was, like, a depository of information that might have been investigated. Jeez. Man, let me think, guys. This is really, really tough.
All right. In character, I don't know how this is actually shaking out, like, what you guys are saying. So Rinaldo is basically just standing there, not getting it.
Hold on. We went and we investigated the shit out of that depository. We can't...
No, you didn't.
No, we did not. Oh, we did not.
There was a brief moment that I would refer to as, okay, what I like to call a flavor text temper tantrum.
Can that be the name of the episode? Because that would be great.
Austin?
Yeah.
Take your fucking medicine.
We could not have stayed any longer. It was bad radio. We had to move on. I'm sorry.
All right, look. Rinaldo literally, he doesn't understand what you guys are trying to accomplish. So Rinaldo says this: for now, let's just get out of the sanitarium.
Yeah, there's 16 of us, right? 12 guards, Erlen, and 3 party members, so 16.
Yeah, and only 2 of you are armed.
No.
I'm armed.
We're all armed.
No, the guards are not armed.
No, I meant all the party is armed, so that's 3.
All right, 3 of you are armed then.
I have a mace I can give to someone. Rinaldo has the 2 or 3 daggers that were stabbed into his body that he kept.
Yeah, I have. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I have a lot. Yeah, actually, let's see. I have 2 daggers. I have
the 2 dank daggers.
I'm keeping those. They're not getting my dank daggers, but I can give 2 daggers to a couple other guys. And it has like a big satchel full of knives.
No, I used all my knives to lock the long pole.
You wasted it to murder a lot of innocent people.
First, we're not going over that territory, no, but Allana has 18 or 19 crossbow bolts, which are not melee weapons, but they can be they're sharp and pointy and can be wielded.
I still have the fire poker.
You still have a what?
Fire poker.
Didn't you? I think you discarded that when you used it.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right, I did. Let me remove that from my list, because you're right. Alright, well look, the point is, we can arm about half a dozen of these people.
We can arm them all with crossbow bolts. Like I said, we're not going to kill... okay, hold on, real quick. Sanitarium. We saw personnel inside. Were those all doctors and stuff? Were there guards inside? Because we know there's 3 guards outside.
Yeah, you saw some guards inside.
There's still 12 of us. We'll crush them.
Hold on, how many?
How many? In the places that you traveled in the sanitarium, you probably saw about 10 guards.
So there's 13 to 16, but most of our guys are fucked up. My plan would be to maybe lead them down here one at a time or a couple at a time and then surround them with like 16 armed dudes to just get them to give up, and then we can lock them in the cells instead of just like rushing out to kill, because that's a huge fucking rumble.
I'm going to walk over to the door and I'm going to say, hey, need a little help down there. I need 2 guys. And then 2 guys come and then we kill them. And then we keep doing
Or
that.
Can we just surround them with pointy weapons, make them disarm, and then lock them in cells?
Are you guys saying this in character?
Yes.
Okay, I'm I'm gonna look at you guys and I'm gonna be like, well, I can be the bait.
I mean, there's no once they're inside, once they're downstairs, they're ours, right? Like we can just
Yeah, but what I'm saying is to lure them down here, I can be the bait because
I feel like random prostitute is more suspicious than.
Yeah. Rinaldo says, look, I'd love to see that, but in all seriousness, let's just say, hey, I need 2 guys down here, and they'll probably come.
Can I slap him?
Sure.
Rinaldo does not resist. He's like, whatever.
I slap him.
Can you slap him right on the hand-shaped burn?
Sure, I'll slap him right on the head-shaped burn.
It looks like a slap button.
You know, I have very few HP right now.
I don't do it for physical damage. I do it because I'm angry at you.
That's fair. All right, Rinaldo's done like talking. He feels like it's man of action time, so he's walked over to the door.
Hold on, let's specify that we arm everybody.
Oh yeah, we're giving them all lots of shit.
And us and the guards, we're all gonna take positions, at the other side of the door, like against it. You know what I'm saying? Like swap positions.
Okay, so that means that Leon, you don't have your daggers anymore.
No. I have my daggers.
I need to know what weapons you guys are giving to the guards.
Mace.
How many bolts do you want me to give?
As many as you feel comfortable parting with. There are 12 guards, and an Erlen who probably is too wounded to fight. So 12 is how many people?
Erlen is bleeding badly.
What I will do is I will give you guys 7 bolts to arm people with, and then the rest of the bolts I'm going to take to protect Erlen and myself.
Okay, I give away... Look, on my equipment list, I have my 2 special daggers, or dank daggers, but above that, it just says 2 daggers. Those are the things that I just ripped out of my body, so I get rid of them. I have no sentimental attachment to these. So the 2 things that are just listed as 2 daggers under glass stuff, I'm getting rid of.
Alright, so Leon's down 2 daggers, Austin's down a mace, and how many bolts was that, Jess? Sorry?
That was 7 bolts that I gave to the guards.
Okay, 7 bolts.
So there's just 2 unarmed guards, and they're like, wow, cool.
They're boxer. They can box their way through this.
I mean, if they're guards, they should have some kind of hand-to-hand training.
You'd think.
You guys get a good look at the entryway to the stair leading down to the one hallway.
I want to be clear, real quick, that we are stacked up on the doorway at the bottom of the staircase.
Uh-huh.
Rinaldo will lead them down the stairs, and we'll jump them at the bottom instead of the top.
Where are we putting me and Erlen?
I guess you guys are in the cell.
In the cell that he's currently in?
You guys know that the stairway leads down to a corridor, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a corner.
Yeah, but there has to be an entranceway to it.
Yeah, it's a doorway from the stairwell. So you're stacked along the wall that runs parallel to the stairs.
Oh man, do I have to map this out, Johnny? Can you?
Just they're out of sight, out of immediate sight until they walk through the door.
What out of immediate sight?
No, shut up. Everyone shut up. I can fix this in one fell swoop. We're going to put everybody in 2 cells, unlocked cells, on opposite sides of the hallway, and as soon as Rinaldo says the ambush word, we're all going to rush out.
Okay, Austin. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you,
Oh my god, this is not that complicated.
No, I'm just asking if you guys are going to lock Erlen in there, or if you're gonna just leave it unlocked. Because I don't know if there's another stairway over by where I was, is the problem.
You're way out of the way, is the point.
Okay. I just don't want to be surprised, that's all.
No, we got this.
Put Erlen in the cell with the ambushers, too. Just be over with us. There's no reason to separate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
All right.
Alright, we've moved like 5 feet in the last half an hour. Ronaldo says the ambush word is pineapple. And then, and then Ronaldo sort of like peeks out the door and says, hey, I need 2 guards down here. We're having a little bit of trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Stone root trouble. That's what. Guys are a bunch of dicks. Needs your help down here.
And then you say some Akamorian proverb about how much stone root people are fucking douches.
Do they start coming down here?
Like, did you just call up the stairs, or did you, like, go up?
I'm calling up the stairs. I'm like, hey!
Okay. So, like, you didn't poke your head out, did you? Like, you're not up at the top of the stairs? You can't?
No, it's just, no, I'm just saying, asking for help.
Okay. You get a good couple seconds of silence.
Okay.
Oh, God.
And then you begin to hear footsteps.
Good. I guess.
As somebody appears at the top of the stairs. He starts to walk down. A second guy follows him. You see a third one.
Wow, Akamorians are really good at counting.
Fucking damn it.
They start to march down the stairs.
It's still 13 on 3.
Yeah.
And the one at the front sees two dead bodies of Akamorian guards sitting in the corridor.
No, I said we put them in the cells.
I didn't hear that.
Didn't you say that, Austin? You totally said that.
I definitely said that.
You totally said that. I remember you saying that.
Austin?
Yeah?
You better have said that.
I'll send you the audio clip.
All Rinaldo did was pick them clean. What Anne did is whatever. I don't remember. But so I'm out of this particular conversation.
I'm sorry. I'm not hearing. Did you said this episode that you moved them into the cells?
Yes.
This episode? I'm sorry. Okay, because I'm not hearing too well at this point in time. For some reason, my Skype reception is kind of fucked up tonight. So I didn't hear you say that.
Okay.
But because we're pals.
Austin could be totally lying now because I've been in and out as well. But
no, I seriously heard him say that. So
okay,
and I'm just saying because we're buds, all right.
I'm gonna leave all this in. And then I'm gonna edit like a disco dance remix of me saying it.
Please do.
We're gonna put everybody in 2 cells. We're gonna put everybody in 2 cells. We're gonna put everybody in 2 cells.
We're gonna put everybody in 2 cells.
We're gonna put everybody in 2 cells.
Okay, so Rinaldo brings them down there. Are the 3 of them down there now? Like, we're basically at the X.
I'm just saying. All right, okay. If it wasn't in the episode, there will be hell to pay.
No, look. I fully am okay with time travel stuff where we go back.
Oh, there's not going to be any time travel stuff. You guys are going to get fucked in real time.
We're gonna have to check with my boyfriend first.
Okie dokie. Too bad I can't make that the name of the episode. Fucked in real time.
Okay, look.
Okay, but let's get back to it now. Okay. So for all intents and purposes, Leon, they are standing on the big cartoon X.
Okay, Rinaldo says, "You know what? Would you guys like some pineapple?"
All right. So was it 14? No, 13 of us burst out of the cell screaming, "For pineapple!" And we surround him.
We surround them, and Rinaldo says, "Drop your weapons right now."
Roll intimidation.
Look, there's 13 of us, but okay. I feel like I should have advantage to intimidation because of, like, inspiration or something.
Can we have times 13 advantage? Roll 13 times and take the best.
It's up to I feel like
Leon, you just gotta do it. You just gotta roll intimidation.
That's fine. Intimidation is +6 for me. I really should have asked for a butt touch before this, but oh well. 26! I critted it!
Holy shit!
Natural 20 +6. These guys pissed themselves.
They poop out their intestines and die.
Johnny, tell me what happened.
That was an unnecessary expenditure of a critical hit. I was looking for something in the realm of a 5, maybe.
So what happens?
They all look very, very alarmed at the presence of a tiny little halfling that's very murderous about pineapples. And immediately kind of get their hands up and go about the process of submitting.
All right, we're going to lock them in the cages, take all their shit, and then re-equip our guard friends with their shit.
Okay, so are you guys taking back any of your weapons then?
Well, no, there was 2 guards who didn't get bolts.
Yeah, 2 guards who didn't have any, who now will have long swords and shields.
Yep, so everyone's good.
All right.
So everyone's good. So we've got an extra longsword, though, so nobody's taking back a weapon or anything?
Yeah, we'll trade it for a bolt, give Allana the bolt back.
Okay.
So Allana's down 6 bolts now.
Yes. So now I'm at 13 bolts.
All right, so there was about 10 guards upstairs, now there's about 7. Do we want to try it again, or do we just want to rush the place?
Rinaldo says, it's time for us to get out of here. You guys know this sanitarium more than we do, so you guys go first, and we'll be right behind you.
That's some cowardly bullshit.
Rinaldo feels like this is a good idea.
All right, so a couple of the guards managed to hoist Erlen up on his feet and get under him for support.
Yeah.
And one of the other guards kind of like arranges sort of a formation, and it's like, okay, so we'll be in the front here, then you guys, then Lord Erlen.
Yeah, that's fair.
They look at you very very purposefully now that each one of them is armed and say, no harm comes to him.
Okay.
Yeah, we need him for exposition.
Rinaldo very sincerely looks at the other one and says, what evs?
I give you a butt smack in response, but it's also guidance 3.
Thanks. All right, we're going up there. On the count of pineapple. 1, 2, pineapple.
All right. So the guards in front, moving pretty swiftly, but not like they're not yelling or going into war or anything like that. They managed to march up the stairs. The the stairs are only wide enough to accommodate about 2 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So they march up in a column, 10 of them in front, and then spread out into the room that's on the ground floor up above. You guys follow behind, and the staff, the hospital staff, is looking at you pretty like they're not quite sure what's going on. But none of them yell out or are alarmed or anything like that. They're much more happy to see, relieved, you might say, to see military figures in Stone Root garb as opposed to Akamorian guard. So,
and like conspicuously whispers, heroes.
Is that what we are? Because I'm not sure anymore.
Well, all the guards, all the staff are like looking at us doing this thing, and so she like looks at them like, yeah, saving the day.
All right. So one of the doctors that you haven't met yet looks around kind of cautiously. You don't see any of the guards right now. Wanders over and says to one of the guards in front, "Follow me," and then starts walking away from the front entrance. The guards look to you for guidance.
Anne looks around to see if is there any of the hospital staff we recognize? Like, I want the guy who I tried to reassure earlier.
Was that was the doctor that you spoke to upstairs, right?
Dr. Kimball.
Yeah. Are any of those doctors around?
No.
Okay. Insight check on this guy then.
All right.
I got to at least pretend like we're playing D&D. 21.
Yeah.
He's pulling for you. He's rooting for you. You feel like this guy's got his heart in the right place.
All right.
Nice.
You can tell that he's quite intimidated by the fact that the Akamorians just marched in last night and are basically holding the staff hostage, having them like do all the little busy work and stuff like that. So you feel pretty confident that he's got your back.
All right. When the guards look at us, as if to say, "What do we do?" I say, "Yeah, this guy's cash money," and we follow him. They
all look at you a little Like they're trying to understand you. Everything that you are. There's a very quizzical look on their face. And then they look up at Rinaldo.
Rinaldo just kind of shrugs. But like in a comical, almost cartoonish way.
Rinaldo, I told you, this guy's cash money.
One of the guards looking at you, Rinaldo, getting eye contact, kind of like lifts a pointing finger and like points at the doctor, who's like, gesturing for you guys to come because he's now gotten a few paces away, and he cocks an eyebrow and kind of tilts his head as if to say, like, does that mean we go?
Rinaldo says, yeah.
He nods, and then they start to move.
Let's follow Dr. Cash Money. Come on.
All right, we're following Dr. Cash Money.
Dr. Cash Money leads you away from the front entrance of the sanitarium to a locked door that looks like it leads out the rear. He fumbles with some keys in his pocket and unlocks them and pushes open the door to what looks like a small garden of sorts. He holds the door open and, motions his hand and kind of like ushers you through. Everybody gets into the garden. He closes the door. He moves to the back of the...
Wait, he's coming with us?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure he wasn't locking himself back in.
No, he's not locking himself back into the sanitarium.
Good.
So he marches to the back of the garden where a high wall rests, with like broken glass kind of cemented to the top of it. It's still a sanitarium, and they're sort of like, okay, let's go for a walk in the garden. Don't climb the walls.
I feel like at this point I have to just reiterate that's a sanitarium is not the same thing as a mental hospital. I feel like I pointed.
It's not, But the thing is that for the purposes of the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they haven't had healthcare reform.
It's a multi-purpose facility. Let me put it that way.
All right, that's super fair. Okay.
Because, like, you were upstairs, like everything was pretty nice upstairs, but then, like, down in the basement, it was sort of like, okay, these are the people who need to be taken care of.
In human history, we drilled holes in people's heads to get the demons out, and in D&D world, demons are real, so, like, who knows how medicine turned out.
So, I'm taking some liberties here. I don't want this to be, like, I don't want it to seem like I'm being insensitive to the like mental health industries or anything like that, or anybody who suffers from any mental health issues.
Johnny, you're good. Don't worry about it.
For the purposes of the time, there's a certain complexity to this particular institution.
No, you're 100% right. Yeah, there you got it. I just thought it was funny because people kind of use them interchangeably.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to call it a loony bin though, because it's not a loony bin. It's not a mental institution. It's kind of like an amalgam of several things. So I was like, sanitarium is a fairly neutral word. It doesn't imply necessarily one thing or another.
We're good. It's okay.
Has everybody have we leveled up in social justice warrior?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hooray!
Let's just Let's get out of here.
All right. So he moves to the back of the garden, and kind of muddles around with some ivy vines that have been growing up the wall, and then sort of like pries them out, and there's a very small fortified door that's kind of bolted shut, and he starts again fiddling with his keys and trying to get the locks and the bolts undone. It doesn't take him too long. Gets the door open, and then holds it open and kind of ushers everybody towards it.
All right, I'm gonna go for a fist bump and say, "Keep it tight, Dr. Cash Money."
He says, "You know it."
That's fantastic.
Watch out, Jack! I might have a new favorite character.
All right. Oh God.
So the guards supporting Lord Erlin kind of like move to the front, and one of them, not one of the guards supporting Lord Erlin, one of the other guards ducks in through the door, and you hear the call on the other side that everything's clear on this side. So the two guards supporting Lord Erlin kind of get down on the ground and start to push him through the door. Once he's about most of the way through, You hear a noise from one of the upper floor windows of the sanitarium. Turning to look, you see the face of an Akamorian guard.
Shit.
Who's making quite a bit of ruckus. He runs from the window, almost as immediately as you see him. And you don't hear anything right away, but you kind of get the impression that he's probably going to get some of his friends.
Rinaldo says, "Let's leave now."
Yeah, we're going fast. Can he lock it from the other side? Come with us and lock it?
No, it doesn't have a lock on the other side.
Shit. All right, I think you might be in danger, Dr. Cash Money. You have to come with us.
He's like, I think so.
All right. Team Cash Money! Let's go.
Team Cash Money!
Okay, I feel like at some point someone's going to have to ask him his name, so Rinaldo asks him his name.
No!
I'm sorry,
Don't you
I'm
dare
sorry.
ruin...
No, look, it has to happen at some point, so Rinaldo asks him his name.
I will never forgive you if you ruin this for me.
I'm sorry, but he's not going to pretend his name is Cash Money throughout the rest of the campaign.
You guys fight about this on Word Funk, okay? Let's move on.
Sorry, I'm looking at my list of.
Please say Cash Money is one of the list of words.
No. He says, Dr. Andrew, Harrison Andrew.
Hi, Harrison Andrew.
I'm still calling you Dr. Cash Money. Let's go through the hole.
That is a very generic name, sir. Nice to meet you. Rinaldo, we leave.
Yeah. So Erlen gets through the hole pretty quickly, and then everybody else is moving with a little bit of purpose. Dr. Andrew is sort of last to go through. And on the other side, you arrive in not so clean alleyway. Mind you, in this day and age, none of them are really sparkling.
All right, so this is the part where we need to... Sorry to roleplay your character, Jess, but everybody has a background, a class, and a race, and everyone knows the race and the class pretty well, but background is something we haven't touched on.
Yeah.
As an urchin, Allana has a thing where she knows the city very well and can get us places much faster than normally we would be able to travel.
It's called City Secrets for those who are keeping track. The party travels through the city twice as fast as they normally would.
Let's do that.
And you also know the city very well. Can you take us to the nearest place where we can get the herbs to keep Erlen from dying on us?
Yeah, that's easy.
All right, let's do it. Team Cash Money, roll out.
Jess kind of steps to the front of the party.
Because Jess is in Stone Root now.
Allana steps to the front of the party and says, to everybody present, okay, everybody, follow me. Not only do I think that we can lose them, but I think I know where we can get the things that we need to help him. And she points to Erlen, who is looking pretty peaked at this point in time. A lot of flop sweat, dark circles under the eyes. Dude could use a spa day. So you start hauling ass through the city, and it becomes apparent, almost immediately, too, that you lose your pursuers, in the blink of an eye. You're almost around the second corner when you hear a guy go, "Where did they go?"
I really hope they said it just like that, too.
Yes, he did.
Nice.
Yes, he did. In any case, it's a matter of minutes, essentially, and I'm assuming that you guys are doing this carefully because you've got 12 dudes in Stone Root City Guard uniform just, hanging out with you. If you see an Akamorian uniform, that you're just kind of nope.
Yeah, and I also, as a thing, I want to, make sure that somebody with a longsword is directly behind me, so in case something happens, I can just step to the side and they can take care of it.
All right. So Allana's sticking close to a guy with a longsword. And it's really just a matter of 15 minutes when you get to what looks like a shop that sells herbs. And your herbalism, Austin, says that this is the place to go. This is the Costco of herbs.
Hell yeah. Let's get some dank herbs. Is it open?
Moving through the streets, you guys notice that there's not a whole lot of civilian activity going on. If somebody is in the streets, they are running really quickly. They're looking over their shoulder constantly, trying to figure out, if anybody's watching them. A lot of businesses look like they're closed for the most part, but some of them do seem to still have people in them. And looking through the window of the herbalists, you do see movement in the store, but it looks, for all assessment that you can make, it does look closed.
All right, I guess I'll knock.
You knock, and a crotchety voice on the other side whispers, "Who's there?"
Hi, I'm Anne.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
We need herbs, and then Rinaldo says, "And you know which ones, right?"
Yeah, I'm now telling you the herbs we need. This is me doing that. Also, this is very important. Rinaldo has a lot of gold.
Okay, let's just make up some herb names on the fly here then.
Okay.
All right. So, Austin, you ask for a couple ounces of slick spear.
Hot.
Okay. You ask for a few sheafs of glistening toe.
Why is this happening?
And lastly, you say that you need a dried branch of sticky tongue.
These are all very sensual herbs.
That's right.
That's weird.
And the voice on the other side says, either you're having trouble with your pecker, or someone's in very deep trouble indeed.
Those two problems overlap very frequently. Hold still, Erlen. We have to stick a sticky tongue in your wound.
Oh god.
No. It's dried sticky tongue.
Right.
You've gotta grind that up first. You gotta grind up the sticky tongue.
How am I gonna pick an episode name for this? They're all good.
Okay, so you hear him unbolt the door to the shop, and he whispers, "Come in quickly."
Okay, I guess all 16 of us go into.
We come in. Yeah, we come in. There's like 16 of us, but sure, whatever.
No, you can all fit inside pretty comfortably.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
This is like you're familiar with this herb shop.
This is where Allana goes and gets that dank kush.
Yeah, this is where we go when we need to get rid of issues.
Like headaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids.
To treat ye old syphilis.
I think ye old syphilis was just syphilis, but okay.
Any sort of issue, whether it be headache or otherwise.
Yeah, but mostly headache.
Right, exactly.
In any case, so you usher into the shop. The old man behind the counter gets a look at you, Allana, and goes, "Oh, it's you.
Hi.
Come in." And when Erlen gets in the door, he gets one look at him and goes, "Oh my, someone is in deep trouble." And then starts to mess about collecting herbs in the shop. And without even prompting, starts to work on them as well. He starts grinding up the sticky tongue, gets the glistening toe into an alembic. And Austin, you're looking on here. Your knowledge of herbalism is that he's preparing the right salve, essentially, and you can jump in and help if you want.
Sure. Can I just aid, which is an action that would give another character advantage? I mean, he's an NPC. I don't know if you want him to roll, but
no, I think he'll be okay. This guy knows what he's doing.
Okay.
He's been working that counter for more than just a few years. So, it's not long, maybe about 10 minutes, and everybody's trying to make themselves look as scarce in the store as possible. And winds up, presenting you with this package of unguent. Ointment, if you will.
Yeah.
It's a salve. It's got a creamy texture. Smells fresh. Kind of like sticky spear.
Wait, you just combined two of them.
Slick spear, sorry.
It's a hybrid. It's like grapples. So we apply the ointment to Lord Erlin or whatever. We follow the directions. I assume it came with usage directions.
Yeah. Side effects may include a wacky D&D podcast episode. So you apply it to Erlin's rather heinous-looking wound on his back, and he looks a little relieved, but I mean, obviously, he's still pretty fucked up, and the poison's still kind of like running amok in his system. So it's going to take a little bit of time for him to completely get his strength back. But he very candidly says to the three of you, "Thank you. I suppose I owe you my life."
You're welcome. Now, do you have an idea of what to do next? Because I do, but I don't know if it's good. I have been frequently told that my ideas are bad.
By who?
She just glares at Rinaldo with meaning.
Rinaldo has no reaction to this.
Well, Allana jumps in and she says, "Well, Anne, what's your idea?"
Well, I still think we should look for someone who might have known Jane better to see if we can get any information about the druids who might know more about Gorfanax, but I assume that refugees might have gone to like a soup kitchen or something, and Rinaldo told me a story about how he met Jane outside one, which also has some kind of connection to Emma, and we might meet Emma, Silas, and Ulick there. So I think we should go to that soup kitchen, because that might solve all of our problems simultaneously.
That is a wacky amount of convoluted logic, and I love it.
I think that's a very good idea, actually.
I have no better ideas right now. Maybe if Silas, we'll find Silas along the way. But the point is, we can't just hang out in this herb shop forever.
Well, and the other thing is we have to find a way to hide Erlin in a good spot where he won't attract attention while he heals. And that means getting rid of these guys, too. No offense.
Well, we'll leave them with him. They'll guard him. But let's find this place first. How does that sound?
Well, shouldn't we ask the shopkeep if he's cool with Erlin just chilling here?
I would rather keep him with us, both because he could have exposition for us when we need it, and also I don't want him getting kidnapped off screen.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
Rinaldo walks over to Erlin and says, "So, what do you want to do?"
The shopkeeper pipes in and says, "He probably shouldn't be moving for another 2 hours or so."
Oh, okay.
I mean, but we could have two guards carry him on their shoulders, like prop him or something, right?
Oh my
like we
God.
can't afford to sit here for 2 hours.
We're not going to. I'm just saying that I feel like.
Okay, how about this? Do you guys want to leave Erlin and the guards here and move out together?
Yeah, well, Rinaldo is not super comfortable walking around the city. He's almost dead. He has 16 hit points out of.
Oh
his...
yeah, ask the shopkeepers for some healing herbs. This is D&D. They have an HP potion somewhere. Dog.
Rinaldo says, "Hey, do you have something that can give me back all my health? I'm not at health right now. I've been smacked around a bit."
I'm gonna look at the shopkeep and I'm gonna be like, "Okay, do you have a couple of salves and/or potions that could get him on his feet and me on my feet? Because I'm also very tired."
He sort of looks around the store a little bit and is sort of like, goes over to a corner and starts like fussing around in a cabinet down below, and picks up a couple of healing potions that they look like. I mean, the only one of you that like recognizes that it's a healing potion is probably Anne because of her cleric training and things like that.
Rinaldo just grabs it and downs it like real quick.
I wait until he gives it to me because I'm nice.
Well, I mean, Rinaldo is like visibly stabbed, so
That's true.
Yeah, he got messed up quite a bit. All right, Rinaldo downs the potion. What does this do to my HP?
2d4 plus 2.
5. Woo!
Hey, that's better than nothing. You quit your bitching.
I know, but jeez.
7!
Ronaldo's like, wait, this is a Dr. Pepper.
No, it's a Mr. Pibb, Austin, even worse.
God.
In the words of Mitch Hedberg, dude doesn't even have his degree.
I am back up to 16.
I'm at 21. Ronaldo feels a little bit better, but he's like, doesn't know what to do, and he says, oh, this is for all the herbs and potions. This is the Lord's Ring. It's probably extremely valuable, so all yours now.
Erlin reaches out his hand and says, no, you're going to need that.
Oh, God. Ronaldo says, fine, and he pockets it and says, how much do I owe you?
Erlin says, don't you worry. I will take care of the cost. Hold on to that ring, because if you need to identify yourselves as my envoy to anyone in the city, that ring is going to be the only thing that gets you through the right doors.
Okay.
Do you approve of my soup kitchen plan, Erlin? I assume you were listening.
He says, that sounds reasonable enough to me. I will stay here for some time. He looks at the herbalist shopkeeper and says, as long as that's all right with you. The herbalist says, oh, I know who you are, sir. It's more than all right with me.
Can you hide him so that he's not visible?
The herbalist says, I will take care of it.
I'm sure they can figure it out.
So Erlin says, go and investigate. I will be here when you get back. If you don't come back in 4 hours, I will be gone.
Okay, we already have a ticking clock because Rotswald gets burned down tomorrow, but I'll write that in my notes. All right, you guys ready to head out?
Yeah.
Anne runs over and hugs Dr. Cash Money. She says, stay golden, Cash Money. I'll miss you.
He says, 40 carat, baby!
Hell yeah! All right, and we're going to use Allana's city secrets to move quickly to the House of Ilmater was the thing?
It was the icon of Ilmater on the front, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Leon's the only one who knows his way there, or is like, hey, it's in this neighborhood, but he does manage to adequately explain to Allana the directions there, so she manages to get you to the neighborhood pretty quickly, and Leon, you have your a grasp of your surroundings now. It's only taken you about 15 minutes to get there.
I do want to say props the first time Allana has been useful.
Yay!
Wow. No, that's probably, I don't know.
You guys are jerks.
Yeah, what the hell? It's not nice.
You guys are pretty jerky. Anyway.
Jokes.
All right, so you get to an area of town, and pretty quickly pick out the door that has the icon of Ilmater on the front.
Ronaldo?
I'm here.
Do you want to be point man talker guy on this? I gave you a 3-butt touch.
Okay. All right. I knock because I don't know what's behind there. I knock.
You knock, and a voice comes from the other side. Who is it?
Oh gosh, I hadn't planned for this part.
Hi, I'm Anne.
I actually go up to the door and I say, it's one of the girls from the Twist.
And friends.
There's a you hear a little bit of whispering on the other side of the door, and then well, you better get out of here then. We don't want your type around.
Ronaldo comes right in after that. He just pushes his way in. Nope, it's too late. He's done it.
Anne grabs onto Ronaldo and tries to hold him back while yelling, because she's heard the story that you were here before.
What?
Because she's heard the story that you were here before, and you know about the symbol on the door and stuff. She says, I'm a cleric. Hi, I'm here to try to help. But you're like dragging her behind you.
Oh yeah. Ronaldo's just pushing his way in now.
You're muscling your way through the door?
Strength contest. I'm gonna call a strength contest
It's
between
not,
me and Rinaldo.
it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea, but I feel like it's something that Ronaldo should do. Go ahead, strength contest, if we're doing this.
All right, strength contest.
This is great.
Come at me, bruh.
Do it. Roll.
16. Come at me, Scrub Lord. I'm ripped.
You know what's great is you butt touched me, so I'm using your magic to make my strength more.
Fuck.
Actually, that butt touch, shouldn't that have gone with the or no, I guess not.
Oh no, it does wear off after a minute. So yeah, it's worn off.
Crap. You're right. All right, so I'm Ronaldo is overpowered by the halfling.
Leon rolled a 6. I rolled a 16.
All right, Ronaldo somehow gets pulled back, and he's like, "How did that happen?"
Very, very easily gets pulled back, actually.
Yeah, what the hell? You must have strangled me by my cape. I'm gonna say you grabbed me by the cape and it strangled me.
Yeah, I would say that I'm at the bottom of the stairs. I grab your cape. You run to the top, and just your own momentum yanks you back down.
I'm good with that.
Get wrecked, fancy britches.
Ronaldo looks at Anne with like murder eyes and says, "What are you doing?"
This isn't our place. You can't just barge in. Hello, I'm Anne. I'm a cleric. I have friends with me. We're looking for Emma. We're friends of Emma's. If she's there, tell her that we're here and we're her friends. We're also looking for Silas and Ulick. They know us.
The voice says, "Did you say Anne?"
Yes. Hi, I'm Anne.
I'm Ronaldo. Ah, my butt hurts.
There's an unlocking sound from behind the door, and from the sounds of it, it was actually a pretty impressive lock considering the state of the neighborhood in which this dwelling is placed. So you sort of get the impression that somebody may have humiliated themselves attempting to forcibly insert themselves into the door.
I saved the campaign.
And the door opens, and an old man with one eye. At least I think he had one eye.
Yeah, is this Falcon?
Fallon.
It's Falcon.
A sewn eye. Fallon. It's Fallon.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Okay,
God
fine.
damn it,
Fucking
Austin.
Squirtle.
Fuck, I love this.
Oh my god.
I love this episode. I'm in romantic love with this episode.
What does Fallon say?
So Squirtle opens the door, and then says, Squirtle, come in.
Please stop. I'm not part of this. I don't deserve this.
He motions for you to come in the door.
Ronaldo does, but only after being called Ronaldo.
All right, we go in.
All right. You get into the main room of the little soup kitchen-y hovel. It's a dwelling too. It's a house, but the entire front room has kind of been designed up as a place for the misfortunate to come and have a good meal. And laid out on some of the benches and other furniture that's laid around, and indeed on a table, you see a very damaged-looking Emma, a very damaged-looking Silas.
Yay! I mean, not the damage part, but yay.
And propped up in a corner somewhere is Ulick. Not looking tremendously damaged, but a little roughed up, and kind of shocked.
Ronaldo rushes over to Silas.
See, my idea was good. Anne is smart.
Silas is unconscious.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Fallon says, "I honestly didn't expect that you guys would find us, but it's good you're here."
It was my idea.
Emma, not looking too good either, kind of looks up at you, at the three of you, and smiles, and says, "It's good you're here."
Damn right it is.
Ronaldo goes over to Silas and asks what's wrong with him.
"I don't know," Fallon says. "Johnny hasn't written that part yet."
Are we stopping here?
We're stopping here.
We got to if he hasn't written what the fuck is wrong with him yet.
No, I have written what's wrong with him. I just thought that would be funny to say.
Next time on Dice Funk.
It's official. I'm afraid Silas has... I can barely bring myself to say it. Jungle fever.
Rinaldo says, no! That's the sexiest one!
Squirtle, 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 Squirtle.
Damn it, you took mine, Austin!
That's actually perfect, though.
Eat hydro pump, bitches! As always, our theme song is A Fistful of Nickels, the overclocked remix arrangement of Shadow's theme from Final Fantasy VI. Executive producers for the month of April 2016 are Joseph Timbrello, Ingmar Gremin, Finch de Jong, James Bevan, Luke Powers, The Cult of Gorfanax, Michael Goodell, Wayne Witzke, Brent, Jason, Neil, Exley, Gary Sion, Dash Shawn the Rage Monster, Carl Kurtz, Eric Kimball, Harrison Andrew, Phoenix Mod, Jade, Tarka, Jorit, Anno Stulfarer, Dylan, Giorgio Renna, Christopher Charlo, Cody Jackson, August Rue, and Taylor Hoyt. You can help support the show by subscribing to Renegade Cut on YouTube, by rating us on iTunes, by subscribing to us on Podbean, or commenting wherever you found this show. Or, if you want to support the show more directly, you can help out by visiting patreon.com/AustinYorsky for me, patreon.com/RenegadeCut for Leon, or patreon.com/RavenAllegria13 for Jess. If you want to support Johnny, clap your hands if you believe.